What are the rules in composing a haiku? Aside from the syllable count. Aside from the syllable count, what else do I need to consider when writing a haiku? I'm referring to the English imitation of a haiku. I have been told that the first 2 lines should be descriptions and the 3rd line should be the conclusion. But I've noticed that this is not always true. Does a haiku need to be about nature?
The simple answer is that if haiku is not about nature, it is called Senryu. I've heard different views on whether the Japanese definition is different than the non-Japanese ones, and whether the syllable counts can differ. There seems to be some subjectivity on definitions, in English poetry at least. I think the following is Senryu, but you could make a case for it being haiku. Bugs fall like rain upon my code compiler, shrieks like the wind blew screen.
The idea of a haiku in English doesn't really make that much sense. First of all, you might want to note that the whole idea of 17 syllables is a bogus one. A Japanese haiku consists of 17 moras, beats, rather than 17 syllables. For example, Tokyo, to Ukyo in Japanese, is 4 moras but 2 syllables. A haiku should have 17 of these moras, not 17 syllables. One rule I can think of is that traditionally Japanese haiku had to start with a seasonal word, kigo in Japanese. But there are no seasonal words in English. Nowadays the haiku printed on tea cans in Japan don't have seasonal words, so that is purely a traditional arrangement.
Use the first 2 lines to establish the context, then go for the kill.
I adhere to the 575 syllable scheme, because, well, I was taught that when young and I'm too old to change. The key idea is do not waste even a syllable. So, my opinion is that a haiku should have 3 very short lines. Personally, I'm stuck on 575. It should meld 2 discordant notions and say something that has never been said before. Big bonus points if your second line applies clearly to both your first and your third lines. Very cool. Topic doesn't matter. BU? This is my personal opinion, not a scholarly attempt to answer the question. I understand that in English, we can say a lot more in 17 syllables than they can in Japanese. Regardless, the idea is to say a lot with a little. Make the reader think.
Poetic aspects should fall gently from the page, like leaves in autumn.
Please subscribing.